Hopefully it's a win-win scenario.
I've, in general, found farmers to be very polite and very helpful.
I've even known farmers to go out and say, hang on, get a tractor, we'll take my trailer in, we'll pull you out to the yard because it's wet fields or whatever.
Probably the worst retrieve in France is a big balloon meet in Metz, in Lorraine, each year, every 2 years actually. When I was learning to fly, I had some quite macho base jumper types with me who were driving the Land Rover, and I had my instructor and one of these guys' girlfriends in the basket with me, and we landed in a field adjacent to a field full of bulls in the middle of nowhere, and they got the retrieve crew stuck in a swamp and they couldn't turn the Land Rover around with the trailer and wanted to land quite early. Came down and yeah, I think it took about 3 hours for us to get out of there. We packed the balloon up and walked through the field with the bulls and the Dobermans, and the farmer had gone to bed at 9 o'clock because he had to be up at 3:30 or something, and eventually my crew found me and they were all rowing. They'd all be screaming at each other in the forest. I wish I'd had a camera. And the farmer very kindly got out of bed, got his tractor, put all his lights on, showed us to the field while we packed up, and then we drove home.
What do you say? It's not sharp stubble, which is good. As you can see, we're packing the balloon away. We're taking care that the stubble field, it's always a bit dangerous because you don't want the spikes to poke holes in the balloon.
You know, American self-help gurus are always talking about going for your goals, and you've got to know where you're going to get there. And something like sailing is like that. It's a bit like life in that sometimes you have to zigzag, sometimes you have to tack towards your goals. But I think ballooning is much more like life because you don't actually know if you're going to be able to take off. When you do take off, you've only got a rough idea of the direction you're going in, and you don't really know where you're going to land or what you're going to meet when you get there. And that seems to be a bit more like what really happens in my life anyway.